Incoming transmission.
Picture this. A recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion on the 10th of September. I'm looking at Arabian Nights on the Commodore Amiga, but before I get stuck in, here's an intro. So there you go. Nice little loading thing there. Lovely. Anyway, Arabian Nights, yes, done by Perilous software, and one of those games I actually always wanted to play when I had my Amiga, but unfortunately I think I had a disc of this, but it was corrupted at the time. So I've hunted high and low, and I've found it. So here we are. We're going to go to this in English, because English is what I am, not French, not Dutch, and whatever the other option was. I'm not that either, but hey, here we go. So, excuse me, let's get the coughing and the yawning out of the way first. So, I'm guessing it's some sort of platformer, I don't know, because I've never played this before, but it's one of those games in the magazines that look cool, and then when I had the disc, and it wouldn't load, gutted. So we're going to get stuck straight into this Arabian Nights, and here we go. So, lots of loading. I'm not going to be much help to the princess in here. I've got to escape. Maybe some of the other prisoners can help. Probably doesn't actually sound like that, being, you know, Arabian and all that, but hey, it's better than my Arabian accent, which is non-existent, so there we go. I hope you guys have all been well. I'm still on the road to recovery with my issues, but you know, we're not going to go over those too much. Yes, not too much, because, as I said, road to recovery. It's a bonus, guys. It's a plus. So I need to keep those pluses going and rolling and all that stuff. So yes. And here we are. So we're going to press the fire button and get right into the game. Oh, this is quite pretty already. Right, okay. So, I'm going to... Well, I might as well start with the controls for a change. So, up is jump. Joy. And you know how much I love up being jump. Don't you, ladies and gentlemen? Oh yeah, I don't, but never mind. This actually does operate on a 2-button system. Button 1 is attack there, and button 2, weirdly, is the inventory screen that you just saw come up a moment ago, which is a bit of a strange one, to be quite honest with you, but hey, the amount of times you're going to probably press the inventory button instead of jump is... oh yeah, that I probably should have ducked there. I can't jump over that, no, and I'm losing health. Let's have a look at the UI. So the top left-hand corner, I think, is what you're actually holding at the present time. Your bottom left shows how many lives you've got left, and how many energy bars you've got, which at the moment is 5, which is nice, and the score in the top right-hand corner, 690 at the moment, which goes up every time you pick up a gem, which I believe is the currency for the level. Oh, and I've fallen in again. I'm not doing very well at this, am I, guys? But you know my track record when it comes to platformers. There's a nice little helpful sign there that says that green stuff on there is acid. Thank you for that. So there we are. I've got to say, I'm quite impressed. Visually, it's really quite nice. Look at the graphics as well. Very remnant of Titus the Fox, but that was done by a different company. So, but it could be the inspiration that Titus had. I don't know. But I think this one definitely came first. Titus the Fox came later, which is also reviewed on this channel if you go and have a look for it. I can't remember the episode number, but it is here. I promise. So let's look at graphics next. So it's really quite nice. Very cartoony, and you could tell that as well. The intro animation reminded me a lot of the cartoon version of the Dennis the Menace cartoon. Not the American Dennis the Menace, guys, the British one. And if you are American or from another country and you don't recognise Dennis the Menace, have a look for the British version and you'll see what I mean. But the style is very, very similar. Nice little intro, actually. Quite nicely animated. A little bit of time, I suppose the loading times were a bit meh. But at the same time, we're talking an Amiga and we're talking a few years ago. And I had to actually, you know, load everything into memory and then play it all in one go, which is kind of what it does with these levels as well. It loads the levels in, and so you don't have any sort of downtime in the level, which I think is absolutely amazing. So you've got to black these guards. Oh, he's got a health bar as well, top left-hand corner. Try not to do that. You can see there that is, yeah, the attack button. Now, every time you get to a certain point that requires something for you to look at, you'll get a little light bulb above your head. Once you get to that point, just hold down the fire button and it will tell you or give you a hint on what you need to be doing next, which is always nice. So as we've got the key, we can get through certain doors. There we go, there's the light bulb. There we go, so it's missing a handle, so we've got to find a handle. So it's like a puzzle platformer in the ilk of, say, Dizzy would probably be the best game to compare this to. And there's another little light bulb moment there. Let's just go. I can't go any further here. Can't attack the snake either. No. Nice animations on the snake charmer there as well, which is quite cool. Like that a lot. So he wants me to bring him 65 jewels, which I don't have at the moment, I don't think. I can't be too far off, though. There's a few that are going to help. And obviously, attacking the guards doesn't give you anything except for safe passage. Which is about, yeah, basically that's all they're there for. Level design, it's quite nice. It's quite nice. It gives you that. It's not too taxing, but it does build up in difficulty as we go. I kind of like that. There we go, there's what we're carrying and how many gems we got. But yeah, the level design is nice. It doesn't throw the difficulty straight in your face. It actually gives you that nice learning curve. Like nice little animation there as you was bouncing on the edge of the ledge there. That was quite cool. Lots of these little hidden tunnels as well. So make sure you investigate all of the hidden nooks and crannies in this game, because I've got a feeling there's quite a lot of them. We're going to jump over the acid here as well. And then you've got these little guys hiding and throwing blocks up into the air. Reminds me of the Womps from Super Mario, but hey. They're doing it the other way around. They're throwing blocks in the air. So yeah, you can access different parts of the level by accessing these secret tunnels and caves and stuff. You see there's lots of lovely gems for us to nom nom on. So there we are. We're going to try and get back up there so we can get to a different part of the level. Now, I was an avid Amiga gamer back in the day, and there were some stunning titles. So many games that I haven't played yet, and there's so many games I have. And at some point or another... There we go, I need to find a lockpick or something now. At some point or another, let me get my train of thought back. At some point or another, I will be reviewing as many Amiga games as I possibly can. Now, I know there's a few of you out there that have got favourites, and I'd really like to hear from you guys what you'd like to see me reviewing on the Amiga. Now, can we just bear in mind that I need to have a game that doesn't so much need a walkthrough? So we're talking things like Beneath a Steel Sky, that kind of thing. I'll probably do a walkthrough on those, or a Let's Play, or something like that on a game like that, because the magnitude of that game is huge. But there's a few games I'd like to do in that ilk. I think the Indiana Jones games would be quite fun. Which one is it? The Fate of Atlantis, I think, is the adventure game by LucasArts. I'd really like to have a go at that one. So Let me know what you'd like to see. Is there a system that you'd like to see me cover a bit more? Because I'm trying to give everything an equal footing, but sometimes I play favourites, and I don't mean to, but I do tend to go for the games or the systems that I grew up with, and the ones that I weren't so keen on, I tend to sort of push them to the back. So if there's anything you'd like to see on a different system, or doesn't matter what system it is, just tell me what your favourite game was. If I can get it up, I will get it, and we'll look at it, review it, and hopefully give you a shout out on the channel as well, which would be great, because I know you guys give me suggestions. I've got them all written down in a book somewhere, which I will find, since my office has had a bit of a rejig, so everything's kind of put away. But I will find them, and I'll go through them. Everybody's who submitted a review idea will get their review done, I promise. So let's have a look now. Playability. It's really quite nice. It's very playable, in fact. The controls are incredibly responsive. Apart from the up jump thing, I mean, that's just player preference. Some of you are going to love it, some of you are going to hate it. But as I keep mentioning in reviews for the Amiga, we only really did have a one-button joystick method. Now, the fact that this actually does use 2 buttons is quite nice. It's just a shame that more games didn't follow the lead, but there we go. I mean, games like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 2 were an absolute pig to play because it only utilised 2 buttons and you had to move onto the keyboard to do others, and that was just took away the immersiveness of those games. But there we are. Replay factor. I actually think this is quite a replayable game. I mean, it's quite big. There's lots to do, and I don't think you're going to finish this, fairly quickly. As far as a save mechanism goes, I'm not quite sure if you can, or whether it's password system or what. We'll have a look if we can get to the end of this level. It's quite cool as well. I keep doing that. I don't mean to do that, guys. I'm pressing the wrong button. And I got some sort of maze Jin there. I don't know what he's going to do or what that does or whatever, but I'm guessing it's going to be something helpful. That would be nice. Lady Luck needs to shine my way. Now, the age range for this game, I would say you could start this as a pretty early age, probably about, well, I'd say a pretty youngster. I mean, probably five onwards, I would say. It's not massively taxing. It's just that I'm a crap player. There we are. I'm platform, not my thing. I don't actually know what sort of style of game I'm good at, to be honest. I think this is what this maze Jin does, is it tells you which pots to go down so you don't get lost in the maze. That's actually quite nice. So if you skip that bit and you didn't have the maze Jin, I think you'd have to guess your way around this, and I think that would be pretty horrendous, to be quite honest with you. I can't imagine anything worse than going through loop, the loop, the loop, the loop, and trying to find your way through a maze where you have absolutely no idea where you're going. So I think that the fact that they've given you that item is quite nice. And, oh, that was fun. So, yeah, I absolutely love the style of this game as well. The graphics are really, really nice. The backgrounds and the levels are super cool, and the graphics for the main characters and the enemy characters is really quite nice and cartoony, so it would appeal to the younger player, but the difficulty level will probably appeal to a wider age group. So it's, it's open access for pretty much all levels of player, which is always a nice thing when it comes to games, because if they're restricted to a certain age group, then it kind of eliminates the rest of the market. But I understand 18 rated games cannot be marketed to the younger player. But that's kind of not what I was saying, because obviously those are 18s, 15s. There are games that make things incredibly stupidly hard, and they really shouldn't need to be. And if I come up with an idea of what sort of game I'm talking about, I'll let you know. It is just a one-player game, but you can always do turn-based if you've got mates around. See who can finish a level the quickest, or take it in turns to see who can do what level. So for example, I was playing this level, and I wanted to play another level with a friend. I could pass the controller over to him or her, and then they could have a go at the next level, and so on and so forth. Or you could do it life-based. So if I lose a life, I pass the controller over. Sorry, I'm just trying to find out if I've actually got the item or that I need. You could pass the controller, do a round robin on lives. That's always a good thing to do. I think I might have to equip something. Am I just being? I don't know. I'm gonna have a look in my inventory in a minute. So there, alright. So it's an adorable little game, and I don't know, have you played Arabian Nights? Has anybody actually played? Has anyone completed Arabian Nights? More to the point. And was it just the Amiga it was released on? I've got a feeling it was just the Amiga, but if anybody knows different, let me know. My research says that it was the Amiga, but I don't know. Was it released for MS-DOS? Was it a console release? I don't think it was. I'm having a great time smashing the crap out of that door. Ah, here we go. Lockpicks. That might be good. We'll equip those and see. And, oh yeah, well now we can get through the bloody door. Alright, so. Oh, that little tune indicates that I've reached the end of the level. Great. So now we should have another little loady screen. Oh, I can... Oh, here we go. Sorry. Let me just put in this non-existent manual protection and carry on. I don't want to sort of dwell too much on the game now. You've seen a majority of it. I just wanted to see what it was like with a different level, perhaps. See what the level design was like on that as well, which would be great. Here is our level bonus. 74% of the level complete. Ah, so there must have been more in that level that I had missed. Probably some secret tunnels or something along those lines, which is great. Really, really nice. Nice poster for rabies in the background there. I don't know if anyone of you copped that, but there you go. So now we're in the forest, and he heard an old lady, apparently, that can make him a flying carpet. Right, so I'm going to do a little bit of this level, because we're pushing on quite steadily into this now. So we'll have a quick blast on this level, and then I'm going to wrap it up and see what the next game is going to be coming out of the studio. Like I said, anything you want to see, please put it in the comments. I do respond to every comment that you leave. Thank you ever so much for the people that do leave me comments. It's great to see you interacting with the channel and myself. And obviously, massive thumbs up to you guys that are giving me the right direction to take the channel, because without you guys, well, it wouldn't be much of a channel, would it? Let's be honest. Because I'd hate to think I was just doing this on my own. So here we are. Nice scrolling background there. I'm not sure what that is. But I've just cut it in half. Nice and... nice sort of pacifist of a game, this, isn't it? I love the yellow eyes blinking in the background. That's quite nice. The actual backdrop's really kind of cool. I like that red and black scheme in the background. That's really quite nice. We've changed currency now. We're not on gems anymore. We're actually on coins. So I guess we've got a set amount of coins to get hold of to be able to progress into the game further. Well, there's a bear in a tree wearing some green armor. Okay. Oh, so he was turned into a bear. Well, this game just gets more and more lifelike, doesn't it? So, this, ladies and gents, has been Arabian Nights. It has been on the Commodore Amiga, on the 500 Plus, actually. So it does run on 500, 500 Plus, and a 1200. I did try and run it off the 1200 hard drive, but it crashed almost instantly. So, unless you can get a good WHD load version of this, then stick to discs, ladies and gents. So that's pretty much about it from me. Thank you very much for tuning in and bearing with me until the bitter end of the video, and I look forward to bringing you some new reviews very soon. I will try and pick up the pace now the kids are back at school, and try and bash out a few more reviews for you on a weekly basis. I just don't know what days they will be, so I don't know whether it'll be 3 days consecutively, it might be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it might be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it could be any combination. I will try and do 3. If I don't worry, I haven't gone anywhere, just sometimes that life gets in the way. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. Hello to new subscribers. It's great to have you guys along. Hope you're enjoying the content on my channel. And hello to my existing subscribers who keep my channel going no matter what. Some of you have been here since the start, and I can't thank you enough. But anyway, that's enough wobbling from me, and I will see you next time. You keep it retro, and catch you soon. Bye for now!